Hey everybody, Dave Neal here, stand-up comedian, podcaster, host of The Sap. I'm going to be doing a project called Killed the Bit, and it's going to be me breaking down the meat and potatoes behind a stand-up bit. And this bit that I'm going to be sharing with you is a stand-up bit that started as a joke on Reddit. So this is how you can take a joke from Reddit, bring it to the live stage, and kind of flesh it out into a bigger bit. E.B. White has the famous quote that analyzing humor is like dissecting a frog. Few people are interested, and the frog dies of it. So let's kill some frogs. Actually, I found a longer version of the quote. There's two quotes. The other one is, humor can be dissected as a frog can, but the thing dies in the process, and the innards are discouraging to any but the pure scientific mind. So if you enjoy humor and the science behind humor, let's go over this joke. So this is an old throwaway joke I wrote years ago. I just posted it on Reddit, just threw some shit against the wall, and turned my Reddit back on the next day. My inbox had blown up. It had 400,000 views. So the joke is, Fear the Walking Dead films in Los Angeles. People ask what the set designer did to transform the city into a post-apocalyptic wasteland. They just picked up some of the trash. So the punchline is some of the trash. That's literally the one thing that hasn't changed since I kind of evolved the joke. The reason I wrote the joke in the first place is that Fear the Walking Dead actually filmed the pilot outside of my house. They literally filmed right around the corner, and I was like, geez, I recognize that gas station. That's literally where we live. And I was thinking, isn't that funny that they filmed a zombie show in my neighborhood and probably didn't have to pick up the trash? You know, the premise behind this is that Los Angeles is dirty. That's the overall premise. So that's the easy thing. If you live in Southern California, you know LA is a gigantic city and it's very dirty. So I was telling this joke on stage and it was getting a laugh.
They filmed the show Fear the Walking Dead outside my apartment. The show Fear the Walking Dead, the pilot, they filmed there. It's a zombie show that takes place in LA. My mom's favorite show. She called me. She was like, Dave, how did they turn Los Angeles into a post-apocalyptic wasteland? I said, they picked up some of the trash.
Whenever you get a laugh, you want to think, okay, if this gets a laugh, then what? It's like that old improv premise. If this is funny, then what? So then I asked the question, if AMC wanted to create an accurate zombie show that takes place in Hollywood, what are some of the stereotypes that would be associated with it? Okay, plastic surgery. Duh. All right, the traffic's really bad. Duh. All the types of things that are normal to LA, let's see what that would look like in a zombie show. Now, the interesting thing, if you're doing a joke where you've already set up the premise of the joke, just throw in as many tags as you can that keep it getting laughs. Tags are just punchlines to a joke you've already set up, right? So you can just throw a million tags. Once you say LA's gross, LA's dirty, zombie show in LA, ... tag. I want to make sure this is known. I am not trying to coach anybody into stand-up. This is just how I skinned this cat. Skin the cat how you want to. Speaking of cats, we got a ton of those in LA too. Some of the tags that I use, I have to make sure the audience is on board before I use the tag.
They watch the homeless guy through the car wash so they don't look too dead. You know what I mean? Like that.
If the crowd's not on board and laughing, if they're not super on board, if I don't have most of the room to begin the set, maybe I leave that alone. But then I also have the line where I sort of make fun of Tara Reid or Pamela Anderson, depending on who I'm joking about. And that's one of those lines too, that if the crowd's not fully on board, I probably just move on with the act and don't even say it. But if they're on board, if they're laughing at all the other jokes, I go,
I love zombie shows, but if you're going to make a realistic zombie show in Southern California, half the background zombies should have Botox. They should be smiling as they attack you. Just like holding Louis Vuittons, bleach blonde hair, barbed wire tattoo, fake tits. Tara Reid just coming right at you. Oh, sorry, I lost you on that. Tara Reid would not be in a zombie show. It's not about monsters. We're not going to have
I can set up this joke in other ways too. If I'm being very specific, if I'm in Los Angeles specifically, I can talk about the street corner that this joke takes place on. So if the audience is in Los Angeles, we can assume they know LA. Let's say I'm performing in West Hollywood. I could say, oh, it's nice to be in West Hollywood. I live in
Silver Lake or Koreatown, depending on who I'm talking to. That's what's happening at this point. It's all about image in LA. My girlfriend's like, babe, we live in Silver Lake. My buddy's like, can I crash on your couch? I'm like, Koreatown's kind of dodgy. I don't know. Right on that line. They filmed the show.
It's good to have some hard-hitting punchlines to start a set, I think, because it just lets the audience know, sit back, this comic's going to be funny, relax. I mean, unfortunately, there's a lot of comics that, go up on stage and tell a 6-minute story to start, and the audience is like, I'm trying to get laid and I brought this date here. We need to laugh. You know what I mean? So I like to just go up there, hit as many jokes, try to hit as many punchlines as you can, get them in a sort of a rhythm, because that's all it is just a rhythm. Get the rhythm going. You're basically just starting the engine, getting everything going, and then you can work into some more controversial material or personal material. But this is a sure bet way to kind of get, off and running on stage. Now, a lot of people post jokes on Reddit that would never try stand-up comedy, and I'm not here to push you to try stand-up comedy. It's a long process. But I wanted to show you guys a way that you can literally gauge if a joke's funny from the internet and then test it out on stage. I will say this. If a joke's funny online, it doesn't mean it'll be funny in real life. If a joke's not funny online, it doesn't mean you won't make it funny in real life. We have, so much of communication is built on subtle mannerisms and indirect things that you can't necessarily see when you type something out. So online, you got to be a little more blogger friendly, a little bit more descriptive. And in person, you can just use whatever efficiency of words you have in just your normal way of communicating.
I'm not lying, no shitting you. I live right on the corner where they filmed Fear the Walking Dead. Has anyone seen the pilot to the show Fear the Walking Dead? It's a zombie show. My mom called me. She was like, hey Dave, how'd they turn Los Angeles into a post-apocalyptic wasteland? I was like, they picked up some of the trash. They walked the homeless guys to the car wash so they don't look too dead, you know what I mean? She's like, yeah, but this is amazing scene over the highways, none of the cars move. Tuesday, Mom, what do you want? I don't know, look, I love zombie shows, but if you're gonna make a realistic zombie show in Southern California, half the background zombies should have Botox, they should be smiling as they attack you. Just like holding Louis Vuitton's bleach blonde hair, barbed wire tattoo, fake tits. Tara Reid just coming right at you. Oh, sorry, I lost you on that. Tara Reid would not be in a zombie show. It's not about monsters. We're not going to have her. Sorry. They turned on me on the Tara Reid jokes. Nice.
Thanks so much for sticking around and watching this video. If you liked this video, let me know. I'll make more of them. We'll break down some other stand-up bits and just keep on killing what's funny about them all. And hit subscribe and check out some of my other videos. I've got all my podcasts online. Just go to sexactuallypodcast.com or search The Sap. You can watch them on YouTube or other podcast apps. Sketch comedy, Bachelor, Bachelorette recap videos, and of course, I host the show Hollywood Posers. So go to the channel right there, Hollywood Posers, and you can see us doing play-by-play commentary of Instagram photography. Thanks again. Take care, everyone. Bye.